Now, polls closed over 4 hours ago, and busy at work now are those counting ballots at this hour. Our very own Ji-young is at a vote counting station in Seoul. Now, Ji-young, how far along are we with the ballot counting? I mean, did you see ballot boxes pouring in from nearby polling stations earlier this evening?
Connyoung, I'm here at Seoul National University gymnasium, which the ballots are being counted. Behind me are some 470 staff and volunteers who are busy counting the ballots, and they'll be working late into the night. This is what you would see at most of the counting stations across South Korea. When the voting boxes arrive, they're opened and ballots are poured onto the table. Then staff organize ballots and put them through the counting machines, and that help classify the ballots by candidate and party where they're identified as valid or invalid. Then staff check the ballots that are identified as invalid. The ballot counting area behind me is under strict control. All staff are wearing protective masks against COVID-19, and only vote counting staff can enter the work area. Policemen nationwide are on full standby at counting stations to ensure safe and accurate proceedings. In fact, the police deployed nearly 70,000 personnel to provide security for any possible situation on election day. The police also delivered the ballot boxes to the counting stations in their constituency. In total, there are 251 centers nationwide counting the ballots tonight. The National Election Commission says it'll do its utmost to manage the election throughout.
The National Election Commission has been devoted in its preparations for the election so that voters can exercise their right of suffrage without any difficulties. We will do our best until the polling and counting ends.
Well, we're going to have to rely even more on ballots counted this presidential election as exit polls fail to give a clear picture of the outcome. Now, when can we expect a more clear-cut result, or at least a good idea of which one of the two may be the winner?
Connyoung, hopefully by 1 or 2 a.m. we should be able to have a better idea. Ruling Democratic Party candidate Eum Ji-young and main opposition People Power Party candidate Yoon Suk-yeol have been neck and neck throughout, but in a couple of hours we should be able to have a pretty good idea of who the next president of South Korea will be. Ballot numbers from this location are coming in, as are those from the rest of the country. We're still a couple of hours away from seeing all the ballots tallied up, but as of 11:20 p.m., roughly 20% of the votes have been counted. South Korea could be waking up to the results at about 6 a.m. on Thursday when the ballots counting comes to the end. But the National Election Commission is providing live updates online. In the previous presidential election, it took nearly 6 hours until the ballot count was completed. But it could take longer this time. That's because early voting in this year's election had the highest ever voter turnout at roughly 37%. For the early voting ballots, they're in envelopes which need to be opened before they can be counted, so it could take longer to count the votes. Also, the ballots cast by COVID-19 patients and those in quarantine are counted separately. So a little bit of patience is required as we go into tonight, waiting for those official results. This is all I have for now, but I'll bring more updates in our later newscast. Back to you, Connyoung.
All right, you're seeing South Korean democracy in the works, excruciating, very, very slow and manually being done. All right, thank you, Ji-young, for that.